ensure that all mobile phones are switched off. Thank you.
My private secretary, your poor cousin. shilling, and yet hang me if he doesn't keep at his own distance.
But why do you take him to live with us, Papa, if there's no good to be got by it?
There you're wrong, my dear. He has a great deal of talent. Prepares my speeches, writes my reports, checks my calculations. My report on the last commission has got me a great deal of fame. I'm kindest to a poor lady shows herself so well in the world. With our other cousin Clara, she's different. Her father saw fit to leave me as her guardian, and she had not a penny! A mere useless encumbrance. So you see, that is why I got my half-sister Lady Franklin to take her off my hands.
How much longer will Lady Franklin stay with us?
I don't know, my dear. The longer the better. For her husband left her with a great deal of money at her own disposal. Here she comes now. My dear sister.
We were just loud in your praises. But how's this? Are you not in mourning?
Why should I go into mourning for a man that I never saw?
There may be a less.
Then there'll be less cause for reflection. My dear Sir John, I am one of those who think feelings a kind of property, and never take credit for them upon false pretenses.
Very silly woman. But our Clara, I see you are more attentive to the comedy column. Yet you are very, very, very distantly related. I mean, third cousin, I believe.
Mr. Mordaunt once assisted my father in a time of great need, and those Paul's wrote all the gratitude I can show him.
Gratitude. I'm afraid that Minx has got expectations for the will.
So Mr. Graves is the executor. The will is addressed to him, the same Mr. Graves who is always in black, always in mourning, always lamenting his ill fortune and his sainted Maria who led him the life of a dog.
The same. His liveries are black, his horses are black, he rides a black guard, in faith. If he ever marries again, I believe he will show you his respect to the fainting Maria by marrying a black woman.
We shall see. Poor Graves. I always liked him. He made an excellent husband.
Congratulations, this will brings to light. Mr. Stout, the political economist, Lord Glossmore,
Whose grandfather keeps a pawnbroker's shop, and who accordingly entertains the finest contempt for everything popular or common.
Sir Frederick Blount.
Sir Frederick Blount, who objects to the letter R as being too wordy, and therefore drops its acquaintance. One of the new class of prudent young gentlemen. He never says anything that is silly, or says anything that is wise. I beg your pardon, my lord. I believe Sir Frederick is in my mind. Oh, Mr. Evelyn, there you are.
Reverend, just a minute. Where have you been all day? Have you seen those papers? Have you written my epitaph on poor Mordaunt? Latin, you know? Have you written my successor, or have you looked at the comments?
I feel like being stuck.
Bombs, sir, Miss Vessey. You wanted something of me, and I'm quite at your service.
Nothing one is humorous.
No, you allow me straight.
You'll be less surprised at that, Miss Vessey, when I tell you that Sir John allows me nothing else. I'm about to draw on his benevolence.
I beg your pardon, sir.
I have not done your commissions today. I've been to see a poor woman. She's my mother's old nurse. She's very sick, ill, and dying. She owes 6 months' rent.
Now, you know, Evelyn, I would be most happy to do anything for yourself. But the nurse, people's nurses are always ill. There are so many impostors about. We'll talk of this tomorrow. This most mournful flirtation takes up all of my time. And, well, it's so late. I've letters to write.
I think I will give it to him. But if I don't get the fortune? Papa allows me so little, and I must have those earrings. Mr. Evan, what is the address of your nurse?
She has a good heart despite her vanities. My dear Miss Vessey, if this woman had not closed her eyes at my lost mother, Alfred Evan had not been spending to your father today.
I shall certainly attempt it. If I get the fortune.
His noble spirit bound to this. This might be the summer. Which is already my hand.
What bill are you paying, Clara? Putting a banknote?
Hush. No. For the kindest of human beings, if I'd not had to know whence it came, she'd refuse it. Would you? No. He knows our handwriting also.
Will I what? Give the money myself? With pleasure. Clara, why this cause all your savings? And I am so rich.
I wish to do it myself. It is a pride, a duty, a joy. Oh, hush. This way.
I will get my maid to copy She writes well, and her hand will never be discovered. I will get it done and sent instantly.
Evelyn? Ah, Miss Douglas, pray don't let me disturb you. Have you seen Miss Vessey? Georgina? Insolent puppy.
Shall I tell you you're here, Sir Frederick?
Not for the world. Very pretty girl, True.
What did you think of the panorama of the village, Evelyn?
I cannot talk with civet in the room. A fine plus gentleman, it is all perfume. Rather Lions's. Sir? Don't you think so? Cowper? Strange pattern, Mr. Evelyn. Quite a character. Indeed, the panorama gives you a sense of Naples, a delightful place. I make it a rule to go there every second year. I am very fond of travelling. You'd like Rome, that is very fine ruins. How much a dance that has been sent to Rome, so a dance that has been kept at home. That fellow Count says very odd things. It is beneath me to quarrel. It won't take long to read the will, I suppose. Poor old worn out. He was my nearest male relation. He was very eccentric. By the way, Miss Douglas, I should be most happy if you'd allow me to drive you around the lakes. They really are inaccessible this time of year. A wasp! A wasp! Just go this way. We'll take care of the wasp, Miss Douglas. Bring it this way. Sit down. I beg pardon. Tell me a fly.
Sergeant, we have to see you in his study, Sir Frederick.
Upon my word, yes. To be sure, I love Georgina. But if this one would take a fancy to me, well, I don't see what harm it would do me. Torches that I saw Holloway. And it's approaching. Young, rich, fair. I accuse you of your very beauty. I cry beneath every smile that you bestow. My heart is broken silence. You shall hear the rest. We are orphans, though. Friends, though. You are all in the world to me. My very soul speaks those words. I love you.
No. Alfred, Evelyn, no. Say it not. Think it not. It were madness.
Madness, nay, hear me yet. I am poor, penniless, a beggar for bread true, but I have a heart of iron. I have knowledge, health, patience, and my love for you gives me at least ambition, for I despise all things till I hate love thee. Show your hand. This hand. Shall it not be mine?
Never. Never.
Never.
Forget this folly. Our union is impossible.
Because I am poor.
And to talk of marriage were to deceive both. I am not poor. We are not so poor. Alfred. Evelyn. What shall I say? Alfred. I...
Reject.
Yes, it is best.
Let me think. It was only yesterday that her hand trembled when mine touched it. And the rose that I gave to her, she pressed it against her lips when it seemed she saw me not. It was a trap, a trick, for I am as poor now as I was then. Jest for all.
I'll tell Sergio, my lord.
Secretary. Hi there, sir. Any news from the east? Yes, all the wise men have gone back there.
Not all, for here comes Stout. Great political economist.
Good morning, Rossmore.
Day, sir.
Friend of mine, be late. Be detained at the vestry. It's astonishing how the English poor are. Took me an hour and a half to beat into the head of a stupid old widow with 9 children. That to allow her 9 shillings a week was against all the rules of public morality.
Excellent, sir. Admirable. You approve such doctrines, Mr. Everett? Are old people only fit to starve?
Starved? Public illusion. Observe, my lord. To squander money upon those who starve is only to afford encouragement of starvation.
Very superior person, that.
Heartless principles. Give me the good old days, sir, when it was the duty of weak to big to secure the distress.
On second thoughts, my lord, you are right. I know a poor woman, ill, dying, in want. Shall she too perish?
Perish in the Christian country. Heaven forbid.
What then will you give her?
Sir, perish or be
No, certainly not.
No. I'd say yes. And if the parish is to give, then the only way forward for a man and firm and resolution is to force the poor upon the parish by never giving them a farthing oneself.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Gentlemen, how do you do? A sad occasion. The poor deceased. What a man he was.
I was contemplating after him. You were my first cousin.
And judging his own niece, next of kin. Yes. An excellent man, though odd. A good heart, with no liver. We send him twice a year a case of our cheapest champagne. It's a comfort to reflect on these little attentions at such a time.
And I too sent in the parliamentary babes regularly. He was my second cousin, you see, sensible man, never married, and had to put away of his own children. And now...
Thanks the benefits of celibacy and prospective gratitude of every cousin he had in the world.
Decency.
Mr. Graves, Mr. Sharp.
Ah, Graves. That's Sharp, the lawyer who brought the will from Calcutta.
Ah, sir, Mr. Graves.
It's that occasion.
But everything in life is sad. Be comforted, Miss Vessey. True, you have lost an uncle. But I have not long since lost a wife. Such a wife. Excuse me, Sir John, but my wounds bleed afresh at the sight of your mourning.
Yeah, take some wine.
No, thank you. Might well say to Maria, how she loved her wife.
A little too much.
Everything reminds me of it. Our Lady Franklin, you knew her. Monstrous fine woman, that.
Yes, monstrous.
And now to business, and Evelyn, you may retire.
Evelyn, any relation to Alfred Evelyn?
The same.
Cousin to the deceased, 7 times removed. Be seated, sir. The Minson Nexus, all trifling, all relations, however distant, should be present.
Though Clara is late, I will go for her. Mr. Elliot, I hope you will come in for something. A few hundred or even more.
Silent, harsh attention.
The will is very short. Being all personal property, it was a man who was king of the court.
And I wish there was more like him, yes.
I, Frederick James Mordaunt, of Calcutta, being at present date of sound mind, though in firm body, do hereby give will and bequeath infamous to my second cousin, Benjamin Stout, Esquire, of Carl, Mars, London. Being the value of parliamentary rates, with which he has been pleased to trouble me with for some time past, deducting the sum thereof, which he always forgot to pay, the sum of £14 2.
I'm the old miser, and decency. Proceed, sir.
I can to Sir Frederick Blount, my nearest male relative. Poor boy. Being informed the best chef gentleman in London, and his testimony the only moment I ever heard him possess was the sum of £500 to buy a dressing case.
Very low wit. Very low.
Silence now, will you?
I come to Lord Blossmore, who tells me that he is my relation. My collection of dried butterflies.
This is all too revolting. Proceed,
I serve Sir John Vessey, Baron Knight of the Gale, FRF, FSA, etc.
Now, gentlemen, this is really interesting, yeah?
He married my sister, and he sent me a case of his cheapest champagne every year of a dubious quality, which nearly gave me my death. I bequeathed. He has a box.
gentlemen, my usual luck, not even a ring, I dare swear.
The sum of 5,000.
Joy, who now had it been landowner in an acre, just like my mother.
Item to my niece, Georgina Vasey.
Now comes.
The sum of £10,000. Adding to this, to her father's reputed savings, as much as a single woman ought to possess.
And what the devil has to do with all his money?
And with the aforesaid legacies and exceptions, I do well and bequeath all of my fortunes in Indian stock, bonds, exchequer bills to the Bank of Calcutta to Alfred Edmund. Being as I am told, and obviously like myself, the only one of my relations that never fawned on me. Having known poverty, and fair to employ the wealth, and now, sir, I have only to wish you joy, as I hand you this letter from the deceased. I believe it's important.
Oh, Clara, if you had but loved me.
And now his wealth, even more than his poverty, separates us forever.
Good job. You've an immense match. And my dear Bennett, I wish you joy. You're a great man now, a very great man, yes.
Child, the time to get to husband is while he is otherwise occupied.
That voice alone is silent.
If I can think of any use to you on my side, I shall make you a member of our fine club.
You want to run a business, I'm sure that's acted on with the modest pair.
Nonsense. Evidence over here. I don't feel like a son. Nothing I wouldn't do for the old boy.
Lend me £10 for my old nurse.
And James Street. We take his measure on the slope, and he makes it fine, handsome nobleman, and gentleman. Look, come, so don't be shy. I'll make you the best of all of you.
A man of taste, Mr. Evelyn. Talks about the village to pull down and build up again. Mrs. McFinch designed for a great day.
The shield of Alexander the Great on a beautiful salver-told ices and lemonade. It'll cost you £2,000.
And it's dirt cheap. Could have scoffed, hadn't he?
Aberdeenshire.
The great Uncle Duke had a big farm. And my husband, all his land coming together. The weather's terrible.
Scratch me and I'll scratch you. We scorch and set again. Now just a few more measurements, Mr. Everly.
Tabaret, designed for the dreams, very well.
The very piece. I have also French for dukes and duchesses, but never have I enjoyed a job more. The fringing is very expensive, as I showed that you wanted the best, and so I use my contacts to acquire some beautiful Indian silk. I have sewn each cushion by hand and monogram all. I have told until my fingers pleased, my eyes were so set. The shipping set made a little extra cost.
Very well. Crimson, what do you want?
Let me take your full clip. That would make my fortune. Everyone says you're the finest judge.
For painting? Why, fine judge of painting.
Sir, didn't you buy the great Gorregio for £4,000?
So £4,000 makes me an excellent judge of paintings, does it?
But such unusual features and so handsome. It would make my fortune to paint you. A guild frame.
That's a little extra cost, I suppose.
But such dashing good looks and such a strong chin. And you must be featured amongst your new surroundings. And how well your face would fit amongst your new fabulous.
Very well, Miss Crimson. I'll call you. Good day.
30k you can find me 30, the best. Important, every carriage.
The evidence salver.
Go through! Let's go home and make me celebrate the carriages. Fine! Drinking to my own house paintings! I resign myself! Go!
parliamentary member for Framingham. It comes at the end of the month. The patriot Popton intends to start the borough. The instance Hopkins is dead. Your interest was now it is your time. Put yourself forward, and by all that is bigoted, here comes Blossom.
Very lucky to find you at home, dear boy. Now, Hopkins Framingham is not wrong as well. And Popton the brewer is already canvassing so underhand, very ungentlemanlike. Keep your interest for young Lord Cypher, a most valuable candidate. The Constitution depends upon his return. Vote Cypher.
Popton is your man!
Popton and Cypher, Cypher and Popton. Popton and Enlightenment, Constitution of Cypher. Stout, I am puzzled. I am not known in Framingham.
Yes, but your property's in own land.
Purity of election, independence of
Enough. Mr. Stout, Mr. Evans has got far too much at stake for an ever.
Oh yes, it's too much sense for a bigot!
Mr. Helen has no politics at all. Now go play by yourselves.
Silence, aristocrat.
Heartless principles.
So then don't go against us. I'll bring Popton tomorrow.
Keep yourself free until I can introduce him to Cypher.
The return of Framingham will make an era in history. I must inquire to Hopkins.
And I must be off to the club. The eyes of the world shall be on Framingham. If Cypher fails, then the Constitution is gone, dear boy, gone.
Ah, praise my dear friend. What a world this is.
This is an atrocious world, Evelyn, and it will be burnt someday, and that is some comfort.
Praise, of all my friends, you're the one that I esteem the most. There is a sympathy between us. We share the same views on life. I'm cordially glad to see you.
Why would you be so glad to see a man so miserable?
Because I'm miserable myself.
You have not been condemned to lose a wife.
But now that I'm rich, I may be condemned to take one. Sit down, listen. I need a confidant. Left fatherless, my mother grudged us education. Somebody once told her that education was more important than house and land. This is a lie.
A scandalous
I
lie,
on the
Evelyn.
strength of that lie, I was put into school, sent to college, looked to a high degree, tried to find independence for myself, a home for my mother. One day, a young lord struck me in the corridor and refused to apologize, refused red dress. Sir, I was at least a man, so I halted in front of the eyes of the whole college. The next day, I was expelled. This is the difference between society's views on the rich and the poor. I moved to London. So long as my mother lived, I had one to toil for. And I did toil, did struggle, did hope to become something yet. She died still. And somehow, my spirit broke. I resigned myself to my fate. The Alps seemed too high to ascend, and I ceased to care what became of me. At last, I became the gentleman lackey and hanger-on of a relative named Sir John Vessey. There was an object in that. There was one in the house that I loved at first sight.
And were you loved again?
I fancied it and was deceived. Now before the will was read, I confessed my love and was refused because I am poor. Now, you remember the letter given to me while the will was read?
Perfectly. What were the contents?
I'll read it. Having selected you as my heir, because I feel money and trust to be placed where it's most likely to be best employed, I now ask a favour. If you have formed no other prior attachment, I could wish to suggest your choice. My two nearest female relatives are my niece Georgina and my third cousin, Laurie Douglas. I would be happy if you could see in either of these whom you could make your wife. This is not a legal condition, and my wealth does not depend on it, but my gratitude considers it a moral obligation. Now, you hear the names. Laurie Douglas is the one that rejected.
And Georgina is vain and frivolous. Yes, now I think on it, when you are married, you shall be as wretched as myself. You shall mingle our moans together.
I may misjudge Georgina. She may be of noble spirit and appears on the surface. An hour before the will was read, I received a letter in a strange disguised handwriting, signed from an unknown friend of Sir Alfred Evelyn, enclosing what to a girl would have seemed a remarkable amount of money, was sent to a woman who I implore charity, and whose address I gave only to Georgina.
Why not assure yourself?
Since I had not dared for some time, I had hoped without reason to anything foreign. But no, I don't recognize this hand. Grace, I detest that girl.
Who?
Clara. But I've taken some revenge. I bribed Shaw to say the letter contained an appendix to the will, leaving Clara Douglas £20,000.
And did it not, then how odd to not have mentioned her in his will?
One of his impulsive changes of mind. But Sir John wrote word that Lady Franklin had adopted her. But I paid my revenge. She is no longer independent, and she owes it to me. The poor scholar she rejected. It's in spite of me, eh?
You're a fine fellow, Evelyn, and we understand each other well. Perhaps Clara may have seen the address after all and dictated the letter.
You think so? I will go to the house.
Aye, then I'll come with you. That Lady Franklin's a monstrous fine woman. If she weren't so cheery,
No, women worse than men.
True, to love is a boy's madness.
To feel is to suffer.
To hope is to be deceived.
I'm done with romance.
Mine is buried with Maria.
Clara did but write this.
Let's go before Lady Franklin is out.
Indeed.
I should again refuse him. No, if you cannot read my heart, if you will not seek to read it, let it break on now. You mistaken, my dear child. Let me only tell him that you dictated that letter, that you sent that money to his old nurse. He would have guessed it, had his love been like mine. Guessed it? Nonsense. The handwriting unknown to him. Every reason to think it came from Georgina, and besides, men know nothing if women do not tell them.
Came from Georgina.
Let me tell him this. I know the effect it would have upon his choice. Choice? That humiliating word. No, Lady Franklin, no, promise me. But no, promise faithfully. Well, I promise. Thanks. Forgive me. I'm not well. What fools these girls are. They take as much pains to lose a husband as a poor widow does to get one. Sir John.
I can't seem to find the Times newspaper. Where the deuce is that paper? I can't find the Times newspaper.
I think it is in my room. Shall I fetch it?
My sister, you are the kindest.
Pa, I want.
Yes, I know well enough what you want. Tell me, did you know that Carl had sent money to that old nurse that Edwin brought about the day of the will?
No. He gave me the address. And I
Give you the address. That's interesting, yes.
Mr. Graves, Mr. Evelyn.
Hush.
Here is a tiny newspaper.
No, read your newspaper. Here. Advertise for moneylenders and quacks. Turn the page. Here. Forgery, swindling, and bankruptcy. And that's your newspaper.
Ah, your usual happy vein. Always so amusing and good-humoured.
Mom, good-humoured.
You should always wear that agreeable smile. You look so much younger. Handsome always smile.
A charming creature, upon my word.
You have not seen the last coming off Tower? It is excellent. I think it might make you laugh. But by the by, I don't think you can laugh.
Mom, I haven't laughed since the death of my poor sainted mother.
Ah, that's spiteful, Sir Frederick says you never laugh because
Frederick says I don't laugh because...
You have
Crooked front teeth, upon my word! That is good form.
Laura does not appear, devotes me as usual. What do I care? She to mean nothing.
Yes, leave me to manage. You took his portrait, as I told you.
Yes, although I couldn't catch the expression. I got Clara to touch it up.
The girl's always in the way.
Good morning, Sir John. Ah, his face. I have no idea of the conquest you made at the party last night.
And that's the celebrated Dudley's move.
Also known as Dudley Smooth, with a snake at the card table and a serpent around women. He preys on the weak. I, of course, am immune to his ridiculous flirtations.
The fine player brilliant cards in chess. On the surface, the sweetest manners. Always called you by a Christian name. Just trying to take care.
No.
Cards with him.
But he always wins. He's the kind that always gets what they want.
It's a race of lords and a score of guardsmen every season. And runs to a man's fortune like a cause of cheap champagne. He's an uncommonly clever fellow.
Yes.
He's infamous at the card table. In the bedroom, he's the best bred and civilest creature. He's not a clever man in the three kingdoms.
I must observe. Such men are living satires in the world.
Ah, Lady Vessey, how radiant you're looking. A new lease of life. Introduce me to Ellen.
Oh, it would be a pleasure. Miss Evelyn, Dudley Smooth.
It's a pleasure I have long cordially desired.
How do you do, St. John? I wish so much to see you.
'Tis my misfortune to be visited.
You know perhaps I want to pay my addresses to his face, since that very essential rule Sir John has shuffled me off into the prior attachment, which I know to be false.
Prior attachment, another time, maybe, my dear Blount.
Stay a moment. I want you to do me a favour with regard to Miss Douglas.
Miss Douglas.
Yes. You see, though Georgina has great expectations and the stingy Jack gives her all that he has, yet she has only her legacy of £10,000 at the moment. No doubt close to settled too, Clara has £20,000. I think Clara always liked me a little.
You? I dare say she did.
It is whispered that you mean to propose to Georgina. Next, Sir John more than hinted at that prior attachment.
Indeed.
Now, as you are all in all with the family, I wonder if you could do me a favour with regard to Miss Douglas.
Stepman, speak for yourself. You're just the kind of man women like. They understand you. You're of their own level. You're too modest. You want no mediator.
My dear fellow, you flatter me. I'm well enough my way, but you would carry everything before me. You're so confoundedly rich.
Miss Douglas, what do you think of Sir Frederick Blount? Observe him. He's well dressed, tolerably handsome, bows with an air, there's plenty of small talk, everything to captivate, yet he thinks that if we were suited to the same lady, I'd be more successful because I am rich. What say you? Is love at auction, and do women's hearts go to the highest bidder?
Their hearts? No.
But their hands, yes. And turn around. Dare you not answer the question?
Mr. Evelyn, I have to show you the Georgina's last painting, which is wonderfully improved since you last gave the lesson in perspective.
No, Papa, pray, please don't!
Nonsense, child.
A view from a valley. Again, she looks down and talks to her. There's some fault in the colouring. She positively blushes. This woodland is superb. Cavies.
Are you not well?
I beg pardon. Yes, you're certainly improved.
Yes, Frederick. The castle was very crowded. I see Georgina consulting from the past. He has only praises for her. Nothing but taunts for me.
I wish you'd take my opera box next Saturday. It's the best in the house. I'm not rich, but the money I have I spend on myself. Best dogs, best horses, best house of its kind. I don't want anything else to complete my establishment but best wine.
That will come in good time, Sir Frederick.
It'll come, will it? Yes. What is this? One of my own?
You must not look at that. You must not indeed. I did not know it was there.
Your own? Why, child? Oh, I was not aware that you took Lexus. Georgina is not helping us. You simply must intervene. A little push in the right direction.
No, I can be proud too. Sir Frederick, excellent, excellent. You are so entertaining.
Like tasteless women, they can't even laugh naturally. What happened to that guitar you meant to buy? The one in the potato shed. It's near a year since you had your heart set in it. I don't see it yet.
The guitar! To tell you a secret, yeah, she applied the money Sir John gave her to a charity several months ago. The very day the will was read, I saw the envelope lying on the table with the money in it. Not a word for mine. She'd never forgive me.
Letter, money. What was the name of the person she relieved? Not Stanton.
I don't remember indeed.
I don't recognize his hand.
No, I observed the time was not her hand, but she later confessed she didn't want the thing to be known, and had employed someone else to copy it. May I see the letter? Yes, I believe this is the wedding. How did she come to know Mrs. Stanton's address?
Well, I gave it to her, Lady Vessey.
Yes, Sir Frederick. I'll go to the opera. On Saturday then, Sir Frederick.
Miss Vessey! I will be honest when I say this, as I have loved another, and I cannot offer to you as I would have done to her, but earnest resolve to satisfy you. If you can accept these words, my life will be a study to deserve your confidence.
The happiest day of my life!
Indeed, indeed. Ah.
Oh my God, my friends.
Be happy, my cousin. Yes, with my whole heart I say it. Be happy, Alfred Evelyn.
And he has not pressed you to fix the wedding day.
No. And since he proposed, he comes here so seldom. Poor Sir Fred was 20 times more amusing.
Because it is 50 times as big.
Sir Frederick just as well.
You'll have magnificent diamonds. What a word with you. I saw you yesterday walking in the square with Sir Frederick. That must not happen again. When a girl is engaged to one man, nothing is more revolting than to flirt with another. It might endanger your marriage itself. It's highly revolting.
Don't be afraid. He takes up with Clara.
Who? Evelyn?
Sir Frederick. I hate awful girls.
Ah, the settlements will be splendid. If anything happens, nothing can be more handsome than your juncture.
My own count. You always put things so pleasantly. Do you not feel lest he discovered that Clara wrote the letter?
No, your father and I will go after the house. There's something that makes me feel very uneasy. No sooner did Evelyn come to the fortune, he's living life as a prince. His house is a palace, and he's bought a great estate in the country. Look how he lives. Balls, banquets, fiddlers, charities, and the devil to pay.
But if he can afford it.
If Valey had stopped there, I'd no apprehension. As he's proposed for you, he's more extravagant than ever. He says he's taken to gambling, and he's always with Captain Smooth. No fortunate one can abide Dudley Smooth. If as a strait may fall from the settlements, we must press this marriage at once.
Poor Sir Frederick. Do you think he's really attached to Clara?
Upon my word, I can't say. Put on your bonnet and come to Kite, Jules and Jules.
The jewels. The drive will do me good. And you'll send away Clara. She's so very deceitful.
Yes, yes. Never fear. Tell her to come to me. We must press this marriage at once. Georgina has not put enough to handle it. Not until he is her husband, and then all women find it smooth sailing. This match will make us a family of great importance, and I will have the highest esteem of the WR. Sir John loves Evelyn as a son, and we love his fortune as our own. Clara, my love,
Lady Vessey.
what I'm about to say to you may seem a little unkind. To the point then, my child. I'm aware of your attachment to Mr. Evelyn.
My attachment.
My poor girl. I pity you. I do indeed. Now, There's that letter you wrote to his old nurse. Now, I don't know if I did right, but I thought it very unkind for you, as a young lady, to be supposed of anything forward to a man who was not attached to you. So, I thought it best if it was supposed that Georgie herself wrote the letter.
Well, I don't know what
That's
right to do.
quite right, my dear, and so I thought I ought to tell Evelyn that the letter was yours. Shall I?
No, Lady Vessey. I beg you will not.
Clara, don't take on. I would not have said this to the world if I was not concerned for Georgie. Georgie is so unhappy what everyone says of your attachment.
Everyone.
It preys on her spirits. It even irritates her temper. This marriage will happen almost immediately. Evelyn doesn't come round as often as he ought. In a word, I fear these little jealousies may embitter their future union.
Embitter their union? Never. What would you have me do?
You're now an independent. Lady Franklin persists in staying in town, and I'm sure she doesn't mean to take her fortune out of the family for some foolish inclination for Mr. Gibbs. He's always whining and purring like a black cat. What do you say,
Madam, it was on myself, my unhappy self. You were speaking.
What I meant to say was this. Lady Franklin persists in staying, and you are your own mistress. Mrs. Carlton, aunt to Sir John's late wife, is going away for a short while, and would be delighted if you would accompany her.
Madam, it is the very favour I would have asked of you. At least when I should escape the struggle and the shame. When does she go?
In 5 days, next Monday. You forgive me?
Madam, I thank you.
Suppose that you write her a line and set it at once.
The carriage, lady.
Yes, wait a moment.
Miss Vessey is quite ready.
Shall I tell Evelyn you wrote the letter?
No, I implore you.
Would it be awkward for Georgie if discovered?
It never shall be.
Very well. Nothing can be more unpleasant for a girl from her pride and delicacy.
There. It is decided. A few days and we are parted forever. A few weeks and another will bear his name. His wife.
Ah, Miss Douglas, let me disturb you.
No, I've done.
I see that my presence is odious to you. That is why I come so seldom. But be cheered. I'm here to fix the day of my wedding. Then I will go to the country till, in short, this is the last time my visit will banish you from the room I enter.
The last time. Evelyn, it is true this may be the last time we shall meet. I have made my arrangements to leave England.
To leave England?
But before I go, let me thank you for many past kindness that is not for an orphan easy to forget.
To leave England?
I've long wished it, but enough of me. Evelyn, now that you're betrothed to another, something of our old friendship may return to us. And if too, I dared, like that in my mind, which only a friend, a sister, might presume to say to you. You're again my cousin then, my sister and brother.
Brother? Say on.
I speak then as a sister, herself weak, inexperienced, ignorant, might speak to a brother. When you inherited that vast wealth, I please myself with imagining how you wear the power delegated to your hands. And I often thought I should say to my heart, and once this man loved me.
Could you still? I have a pledge for another. My vow return accepted. Go, Kite, it is best to do so. And you may miss someone and permit them a yet tenderer name than that of brother.
I think so if you will, but part friends.
Friends? Is that all? Let us part friends. Oh, go, Clara, go. Be happy if you can.
Heaven forgive you, Alfred.
See how after this moment, with anguish is still.
Lady Franklin is dressing, sir.
Well, I'll wait. She was worthy enough to have known my poor sainted Maria. Ah, Evelyn. I just heard the borough of Framley moved to party yourself.
I despise these contests.
Quite right, I beg your pardon.
And yet Clara spoke of ambition. She would regret me if I were to be distinguished.
You seem agitated. No quarrel with your intended. Ah, when you've been married a month, you won't know what to do without one. For marriages are based on disagreements.
Or a pleasant comforter.
You deserve a comforter. One morning you tell me you love Clara, at least detest her, which is the same thing. My poor Saint Samantha said she detested me. And that very same afternoon you proposed to Georgina.
Clara will easily console herself thanks to Sir Frederick.
He is young,
Good-looking.
vain,
And therefore irresistible.
nevertheless, Clara has had the bad taste to refuse him. I have done good form from Lady Franklin to whom he confides.
This is true.
But what then? You are engaged to Georgina, who, according to Lady Franklin, is sincerely attached to your fortune. Go hang yourself, Evelyn. You have been fooled by me.
Deceived were my own thoughts.
But what then? Man is born to be deceived. You look nervous. Your hand trembles. They say you played deeply at the club.
They say that today. A few hundred lost or won, anything to lay the memory to sleep. The poor man drinks and the rich man gambles, the same motive to both, but you're right. Shall play no more.
I am delighted to hear it, for your friend Captain Smooth has ruined more than half the young heirs in London. To play with him is to advertise yourself as bankrupt. Even Sir John is alarmed. I just bumped into him in Pall Mall. He stopped me and implored me to speak to you. By the by, do you bank with Flash, Brisk and Credit & Co?
So Sir John is alarmed by my gambling. With his own weapons yet. Flash and Co, I'd ask.
For Sir John has just heard that they're in a very bad way. He told me to take anything you have out of their hands.
I'll see to it. So, Sir John is alarmed by my gambling.
Terribly. He even told me he might go himself to the club to watch you.
Good. I'll be there.
But not to play.
Yes, to play, I feel it's impossible to give up.
No, no, step, man! Be as wretched as you like. Break your heart. But mind your pockets.
I will go to the club, and I will play with Smooth, and I will lose as much as I want. Thousands, millions, billions. And pray hang me if I don't lose Sir John into the bargain. I'm sorry. What was the name of the bank you mentioned? Flash, Brisk and Co? It's a shame it's too late to withdraw today. I'll see to it. And if you see Sir John, tell him he'll find me any time before daybreak, hard at work with my good friend Captain Smooth.
He's certainly crazy.
Lady Franklin, just come in, Flower.
My heart beats. It must be for grief. Oh, poor Saint Maria. Oh, Lady Franklin.
Oh, Mr. Graves, excuse me for having kept you so long. Is it not a charming day?
An east wind, Mom, but little bit damp in your happy mood. You remind me so much of my poor Saint Maria. She too was naturally gay.
Yes, she was gay. So much life and a great deal of spirit.
The spirit, yes. She would have her own way.
Oh, yes. She always got her own way. Nobody liked her.
Pardon?
I said there was nobody like her. And then when her spirit was up, she looked so handsome and her eyes grew brilliant.
Did not they, did not they? And do you remember her little trick of stamping her foot? The tiniest little foot. This conversation is very soothing.
Oh, yes, she was well practiced at stamping her foot. And how well she acted in your private theatricals.
Do you remember when she played Mrs. Oakley in The Jealous Wife?
Yes, in the very first scene when she came out with,
Your unkindness and barbarity will be the death of me.
No, 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 no. More energy. Your unkindness and barbarity will be the death of me. I should know. She practiced on me at least twice a day.
and then she sang so well. Was such a composer. What was that little French tune she was so fond of?
Sprightly, was it not?
La 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 la. No, that's not it.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Now, if I could only get into dance, she'll end up being part of the life. And at your party at Cypress Lodge, do you remember her dancing Scottish reel with Sir Edward Sharp, the lawyer? Such a moment I shall ever forget.
Yes, what a sight to behold.
Oh yes, she certainly did make a spectacle.
To be sure, to be sure.
Do you remember, sir? Somehow was it not?
No, 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 no. Just stand there. La 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 la
La la la la la la la.
Upon my word, Mr. Gray!
Saw a mistake. Lady Franklin, Sir John. Oh, poor Saint Maria.
Right, go on.
It's a rot, I must say. It's a gross impropriety to pride a poor bereaved sufferer seeking comfort from a sympathizing friend. Such is human nature.
Oh, but Mr. Gray.
Heartless,
Oh, my dear.
frivolous, say and die! Monsters, good day to you!
You don't come often to the club and stuff?
No, time is money. An hour spent at MacLeod is unproductive capital.
I see deadly smooth, lush in a grim repose. What is he on pray? Deep word tonight, I suspect, for smooth as drinking lemonade. Keeps his head clear. Monstrous clever job.
How do you do, Gosmore? How do you do, Stout? You don't play cards, I think. Political economists never play cards, eh? John. It seems it's the Christmas party at Southwest Lodge.
Amelia Gray, so describing woman. I'm smooth.
Smooth. Smooth's the man. Smooth! I think you owe me my revenge.
My dear, I've been anything to oblige.
It's also evidence of the game, eh, Gosmore?
Yes. Smooth sticks to him like a key. Very clever fellow, that Smooth.
Will you play bridge?
Have you got two others?
Yes, Captain Douglas the Green will be here shortly.
Bad players.
I make the rules, no bad players. It's in one's favour.
It's a clever fellow, that Blount.
Thousand pardons, my dear Alfred. 10 cards.
Game. Before we go on, one question. Today's Tuesday. How much do you predict to have won up by Thursday next?
Alfred, you were so droll.
40 games a night. Minus Sundays. 4 days a week. My usual stakes. That right, I think?
Quite, if I win all, which is next to impossible.
Sure, possible on one condition. It's only keep the secret.
My dear Alfred, I've kept myself. I've never inherited a farthing. I've never spent less than £4,000 a year, and I've never told a soul how I managed it.
Hark ye then, a word. You understand?
Perfectly. Anything to oblige.
Then it's for you to deal.
There's my son-in-law that is to be, spending my consequence and making a damn fool of himself.
On out. Don't know
You don't play, Sir John?
Hey! No! Confound him once again!
Hang the cards, double the stakes.
Just as you please. Done.
I've got 8 points and the best. I never lose. I never play the difference.
Have mercy on us! Smooth has 7 for his point. What are the stakes?
Don't disturb us, Sir John. I only throw out 4. Stakes, Sir John. Immense was ever such luck not to card for my point. Do stand back, Sir John. I'm getting irritable.
£100 for the next game,
Nonsense, don't start here. Fish has gone to bait. Sharks and minnows nibbling away at my son-in-law.
Yes, £100, Bard, yes. Gentlemen's never too fine a gentleman to pass on a guinea. Done, trouble the stakes.
On the rack. Be cool, Evelyn. Stay calm, boy. Down.
That's 4 weeks. That's 5 to the king. Confound the cards, a fresh pack.
And over before Sir Helen out of temper, he must be losing immensely. Yes, this is interesting.
Interesting. No rats.
Poor fellow will be ruined in one.
Well,
Smooth, very gentle.
the devil's a joke.
Yes, but he's a clever fellow, isn't he, that Smooth? Now, what, young Evelyn? How about £100 game?
Yes, well done, £100. I think I'll venture. £200 on this game.
Yeah, £200, eh, Stout? Political economist, eh?
Yes.
Why just stay at home? I'm doing jail yourself, his own cousins, by the conspiracy, a perfect gang of them!
Oh, come, Sir John. Evelyn's a big boy now.
Well done. Well done.
Oh.
Ain't that enchanted smooth?
I'm done. Quite enough. It's 5 stamps cost more. I'll pay you back tomorrow. Death, Mrs. Bruner's.
Yes. Yes, it is. How much has he lost? How much? Smooth. Not much, eh?
Oh, a trifle, dear John. Excuse me. Talk about winnings.
No, you're always in the way, Sir John. Come to my house. Champagne for everyone. My love is changed by Jupiter. We'll make a night of it.
Think of the method board! Think of... You must not! You shall not! Evelyn! My dear Evelyn! He's drunk! He's mad! Will no one send for the police?
Yes, I think a bow window with opaque blinds would be an improvement. Can it be done easily, Valey?
Yeah. If Mr. Evelyn wishes to pull about his house, there is no one like Mrs. MacStucco. Her husband's the finest.
Mr. Evelyn, I was speaking of myself. Miss MacStucco.
Yourself, have you got the house, sir?
Bought it? It depends. So you've not been paid yet?
No.
No, you?
No.
No, you?
No.
No, you?
No!
Ah.
No, sir, what then? No fear of Mr. Evelyn.
What then? I said, what then? I'm a poor woman with a family, and you'll say what you mean by that. Then.
My dear Mrs. McFitch, I wouldn't have whatever just for the world. Poor fellow. He holds very bad cards. So you've not been paid yet?
No!
Don't send in your bills on my account. Yes, I don't dislike this house. Some improvement, good day to you.
Oh, plain as a piece, that. Stinks food house with your trick. Oh.
Oh, Lord, who'd have thought it? The card's the devil's book. Toke! Toke! Take that to Sir John Vessey. If he's not at home, find him. He'll give you a cheque. Go to his bankers instantly. Quick, quick, be off with you.
Right away, sir.
What's the matter? What's the matter? How's Mr. Weatherly?
Bad, very bad. Stop Holloway with camera smooth.
Yes, Toke, your poor master will be your dear. Take this letter to the Belgian minister. Passports are staying. Have the travelling carriage ready at Monmouth Dodge.
Passport? How can you be mad? Is he going to put the 7 C's between us and the sailor?
His bank is broken. His bank is great. Bank is smooth.
Sir, what bank?
Flush's bank. Brother-in-law, Captain Smooth. What have you heard, eh?
There's a Newfoundland on it.
I must be off. Go, go. You can't submit to Avenue today.
Oh, but sir, my account.
I've got wee beds and an unpaid bill.
Oh, sir, see, because I gentlemen always think first of the sailor, you know?
Come again, next Christmas. Oh, the bank, the
But
child,
sir,
don't
the
see
bank, the passport.
And all that will be seen of the great and the God is I got it down. No, I don't believe it.
Look, I'll sleep down to the city and I'll see how the bank goes. It's okay.
Yes, I'll even go to see my cousin, the lawyer.
Yes, that is it. Share alike. That's my way.
Share and
yes.
share alike.
Yes.
I'm very curious to learn the results. Gambling. Oh, he's so horribly rich, he can afford to gamble with Deadly Smooth. Yes. Poor old stingy Jack. Everyone should put him into an early grave. Georgina was your intended, was she not? Yes, but represented by the to her cousin. Well, what can I do with his money? If we had equal funds, you'd see who Georgina would prefer. She's sacrificed by her father. She has much as told me so.
So, gentlemen, do you have a little account or something? One of fancy?
Yes.
I hardly believe this, but I'd rather not pay you at present. I've a large sum to make up, the running rent, so instead of owing you £100, suppose I owe you 5. Suppose you lend me some money? I'll keep the word to Glossmore.
Glossmore, the greatest gossip in London, I shall be delighted. It never does harm to lend a rich man. One gets it back somehow. By the way, if you want my grey horse for your carriage, you may have it for £200, and that'll make it 7 you owe me.
I should like to lend him money, so if your friend doesn't take interest, he sells you a horse. Blount, it's a bargain.
I don't see what harm it could do me. That horse is not Logan shall surely end in disease.
Glossmore, that money I owe you is rather inconvenient at present. I have to wait, for the Framingham rent, so suppose you could lend me some money, 4 or 5 to go on with.
Certainly. Hopkins is dead, as anticipated. Your continued interest...
Why I can't promise that at present, but I'd be very flattered, as a sign of my gratitude, if you'd accept a horse that I bought today. Cost £200.
Bought today, then I am safe. My dear boy, you're always so truthful.
Hark you, not a syllable to Blount.
Blount! He's a town crier. Lonesome's a pal now.
So, thank you. I hear that you proposed to Miss Douglas.
Hang it, yes, I could have sworn she fancied me. Her manner, for instance. That very day you proposed to Miss Vessey, otherwise Georgina.
It has only half of what Miss Douglas has.
But you forget how much Ginger Jack must have saved, but I beg your pardon.
Nonsense, but not a word to Sir John about the loan, else he'll think I'm ruined.
Ransom's pal now.
Thank you.
Tell me, did you win or lose last night?
Win, lose, no more of that. That was good once to the bankers.
That's a check from George. Glossmore! Glossmore! Wow! I'm afraid it was not right. I agree. But I've sold my wages. Grey horse. Tell me, how much is it really worth now? Since it's been sold, I should tell you, not a sixpence. Not a sixpence. And he gave it to me. That was devastating handsome. Do you know, I feel nervous. Something's up. Let us run and put a stop to our chicks. Glossmore, we are yours.
Sir, the whole town's going to know this.
you for letting us use the open house for our meeting. The other ladies will be here present. Your master is to be gone there. He wants to run away. You're on the same. But wait. Just saying a nasty bottom, Mrs. Toke. We need the money to feed our families. And more importantly, we need the money to take our pay.
I accept this present, but you've got to embroider my name on the motto.
Oh, bless my soul. So I am.
Well, what time are the ladies arriving?
Oh, my good Mrs. Toke. Tomorrow I will embroider the motto on the sky. You have been most guidance, and we women must ride together in these trying times. The other ladies are most unhappy they have not been paid, and they grow impatient for Mr. Erwin's support. As the news of his departure has upset them most deeply.
I need to find out exactly to be paid.
I wish!
Then what are we going to do? We can't spend it. We need that money to finance the WSP March next week. Deeds, not words. That's what they're telling us. So we need action!
Did you know he's engaged by a assistant to Sozio's? He'll have lost his whole fortune soon enough if he goes suits alright.
Those stuffed over the Science Club. They won't listen. But if we have Mr. Ellen on side...
Don't loosen its cards, and that'll be what we've not seen us should do.
Family and property was much thinner than the politicians. Bossman and stuff with both interested. And they have no time to waste. This is an election year.
Did you hear that? We need to get to him before the constitutes have a chance to poison him against the movement.
We need to support voting his money. We can't go back to the NWFF without the gold. We are women in principle.
Both setters already converted to the Labour Representation Committee. The least we can do is bring them Mr. Erwin.
Well, he resigned the petition of the Parliament at the very least. That's it.
Well,
I suggest we have a little word with Mr. Erwin. I'm sure that he will understand. Well, we could...
We could just refuse to finish the job.
Hey, you wouldn't be so welcome at the card table there. A man with an unfinished house is hardly considered respectable or reliable.
I overheard the Grant Rothmore talk. It seems to borrow from them too.
It's true.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Thomas! Tap. And besides, if he does not pay up, I will have my best. How many friends are this station? Miss Frantz is right. We should talk to him. I'm sure that we could be pretty persuasive if we presented him with the facts. I mean, we have done a great service. Just look at the place. Yes, persuasive. That's it. That is what we will do. Oh, I can be very persuasive.
So we will be back tomorrow to rally for the support.
That's right, Emily.
Yes!
Vote for women!
You've withdrawn your money from Flush and Briss.
No.
No! Then...
You got my check for £500 safely.
My warmest gratitude, greatest thanks. You know not the value of £500. I will never forget this nobleness of conduct. I am done with Smooth, but he has left me a little ruined. I am about to ask you another favour. The deposits for Framlingham are to be in, and of course I can't get to the money because it's all locked up at the bank. And if I don't pay it by a certain day, I thought it'd stay to hand with a problem. But I see that Georgina's listening, so I'll speak with her.
No. Women don't understand business.
That's the very reason I wish to speak with her. Georgina. Whatever you hear, said of me. I am flattered that you feel confidence in my honour.
Can you doubt so?
I must confess, I'm a little embarrassed at you. I've been weak enough to lose money at play, and there are many demands on me. But for the first few years of our marriage, it may be necessary to live modestly.
Modestly?
To live altogether in the country.
Altogether?
together in the country.
To confide ourselves in a simple lifestyle.
Simple lifestyle. I knew something hard was coming.
And now, Georgie, you may have it in your power to save your man from much anxiety and humiliation. My money is all locked up. You're of age, and your money's in your own hands.
I'm on the right.
If you could just lend it to me for a few weeks. Helen, you hesitate? You will not save the man that you will call your husband. Will you not give me the funds as proof of your devotion to me? After all, without devotion, what is wedlock?
No!
You may be only trying me. Best leave it to Papa.
Well?
You shall be with me tomorrow.
Ah, so...
See how Evelyn falls upon Smooth.
Smooth, a professional gambler, a fellow who lives by his wits.
So, Hopkins is dead. You want Cypher to come in for frowning, eh?
Well, could you manage it, sir?
Of course, Charles. Anything to oblige.
Look, there's only one man who can save this country now, and that's Percival.
Is he in Parliament, Mr. Stout? What's your Christian name, by the way?
Benjamin. Now, people are so ignorant, they don't understand his value.
My dear Benjamin, something to be thought of.
My dear friend, pray, be seated. I wish to consult you. This day, 12 months, I inherited an immense fortune. And by a happy coincidence, on that very same day, I gained your respect. But I wish to ask you if you feel that I could have spent my money in a way more worthy.
Not possible, sir. Your excellent taste. This is a beautiful house. And the stables. Very good horses. Especially the grey horse Count.
It's my opinion, and I'm a judge, that you could not have spent your money better.
What say you, Sir John? You may think me a little extravagant, but you know that in this world, to show oneself as thoroughly respectable, one must put on a thoroughly respectable show.
Certainly. Certainly no, you could not have spent your money better.
Certainly. Great. Modesty, dear Arthur?
Modesty. Nothing so common.
Common, sir? Worse than common is against all the rules of public morality. Everyone knows nowadays that extravagance is to benefit the population, encourages art, employs labour.
You reassure me. I didn't think that a man, worthy of friends so sincere, could do anything better than dine, dress, drink, or play.
Simply not, dear boy. We respect you all the more for it.
Ah, the very man that denounced my fortune. Sharp the lawyer. What's wrong, Sharp? The bank is broke!
What? Folk, what of a bank?
Flush, Brisk and Co.
Smooth, that bank is your brother-in-law's, isn't it? I'm very sorry.
Not at all, Charles. I'm back there.
But I warned you, you withdrew.
Alas, no!
Not much in their hands.
I told you that the purchase money for Framlingham lay at the bankers. Sure, tomorrow. We'll speak of this another day, perhaps for enjoyment.
What pretty enjoyment!
He borrowed £700 off me. £600 from me. How is he to pay it back?
Well, 500 from me!
A regular Jerry Diddler.
John, you know, I think I'd take a handsome offer for this house just as it stands. Furniture, pictures, books, bronzes, and statues.
About!
I say, Sir John, you placed your daughter in a very unsafe investment. And daughters like any other capital. If the investment is unsound, then transfer the stock.
Georgina, I see that we have been very...
What's a friend? A monstrously fine gentleman.
Thank you, Pardon, sir. Mr. McFinish is below and insists on me giving you this letter instantly.
What's this? My God. The tradesmen have heard of my losses and insist on being paid.
And Miss Cabaret says she won't stir till she's been paid.
These women really are getting above their station. This childish behavior that proves that they shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Won't stir till she's paid? Sir John, what's to be done? Sharp, what's to be done?
She won't stir till she's paid. Make her up a bed and I'll take her in the adventure as one of the fixtures.
All well and good to joke smooth, but...
And there's this, sir.
Mrs. Frantz Taylor. Why did you recruit a young woman? This is more than I bargained for. Sir John, I and to be arrested.
He's to be arrested, old. But I didn't let him the father.
Sort this out. Pay bail or something, will you, Sir John, while we go to dinner?
Pay? Bail? I'll be damned if I will!
I'm going to do a very silly thing. Where I lose both my friend and my money. Evelyn, go to dinner. I shall take care of this for you.
Georgie, don't be fooled by disappearances. £10,000 will more than make up for my losses. I'll hear from you tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
But you're not going. You've lost more. You stabbed. Smooth.
No, I'll stick by you, just as long as you've got a case to say.
This too is from a man of such ambiguous political opinions.
Don't stop me now, sir. A man of our party would have squandered our substance, pictures and statues.
Ah!
Why, you all said I couldn't just spend my money any better.
So, you
Very possibly, Charles.
they say you must go abroad.
Well, it's the best time of year for travelling, Charles.
Yes, well, pay, and that's highly suspicious.
Very suspicious, Charles.
Now, my dear boy, you must know the rights of the matter, and I do wish you'd speak out. What exactly have you won? Is this house itself gone?
The house is certainly not gone, Charles, for I saw it in the exact same place at 10:30 this morning. I hadn't moved an inch.
What's this? Look at it. It's all around. Oh, what mess. They've acted at the 11th hour, started Mr. Evans, and nobody knows what his politics are. The Constitution is gone, we shall repeat. Cipher. Oh, this is infamous, Evans. Get himself in Parliament, out of the bench.
Well, he is capable of it, Charles.
Not an out of it, sir. Not an out of it.
My good dear, I am but a man, with my daughter's emotional welfare in mind. If Georgina really loves you, and I'm sure she does, then I could not think of sacrificing her happiness to our mission. She's yours. I told her so this morning.
The old humbug.
She's the best of daughters, the most obedient and artless creature. She's been brought up properly. A good daughter makes a good wife. Down in the settlement with all talk of the settlements.
Yes, I don't care for thoughts you, but
£10,000 will be settled on herself, of course.
sir, really,
What then, my boy? You know that when I die, you shall have anything I can leave you. In the meantime, you know that I'm called Stingy Jackie. Close fellow. After all, worth makes a man.
And the more a man's worth, John, the worthier the man he must be.
he has no other child. She must have all his savings. Still, that £10,000. I want that £10,000. If one would put them up now, one would get rid of the settlements.
Sir John, we've been played upon. My brother is a secretary to the head clerk of Flash Bank. Evelyn has not £300 in the bank.
Blessed and saviors, you take away my breath. But the arrest. Smooth. He must be done up.
Smooth, you'll do anything to oblige. All the trick depends on it. Smooth has already deceived me once, but before the day's over, Evelyn will be a member of Framingham. I've had an express from Popton. He's in despair. Not for himself, but for the country to go. What's to become of the country?
But what could be an object?
Object? Oh, you don't look for an object in a whimsical creature like that. A man of any political opinions. Object, perhaps to break off and marry your daughter. Take Leicester and the rest of the borough, we have lost your family. I've had an express from Popton, and if Evelyn could not pay the rest of the money before the election, then he decided to tell the members of the Constitution.
Georgina shall lend him the money. I'll lend him the money. Every man in my house shall lend him the money. I feel again what it is to be a father-in-law. I could be on his side, trapped to get more money out of me. Not likely. I'll go first to see Lord Fisk myself. Excuse me, Sir Frederick. I'm afraid you can't dine with me tonight. And on second thought, I see that it would be most unhandsome to desert poor Evelyn now down in the world. Yes. Can't think of it. Very much honoured and happy to see you as a friend, though. Excuse me, my carriage awaits.
Mr. Staff, what have you been saying to Sir John? Something against my character? Then tonight, sir, I shall expect satisfaction.
Satisfaction? Look, satisfaction, Sir Frederick. We wasn't talking of you. We was talking of Evelyn. Look, he's no more ruined than what you are.
Not ruined? Now I understand. Just to meet me in the square.
Yes, I must be off vestry.
Just in time. That's 1,000 pounds. I refuse to be treated this way if you were 50 times stingy.
Well, I'm sure that poor Evelyn loves Clara still, but you can't persuade me that she has feelings for him.
She has been breaking her heart ever since his distress. Nay, I'm sure she would do all she has, because it saved him from the consequences of his own folly.
She would be only giving him his own money if she did. I should like to sound her on the stay.
And you shall. Hobbs! I take so much interest in her that I begin to play everything. First, it's offered to Georgina. Where are the young ladies? Miss Vessey's, I believe, still in the square. Miss Vessey just come in, lady. What, did she not go out with Miss Vessey? No, I sent her through with the banker. Drum? Why, child, what on earth would you be drumming at this hour of the day? Oh, Mr. Graves, how is Mr. Evelyn? How does he bear up against such no reverse?
With an awful calm, I feel all is not right here. The word in town you must leave. Instantly. Perhaps today.
Abroad? Today?
But all his creditors will be paid, and he only seems anxious to see if Miss Vessey remains true in his misfortunes.
Oh, he loves her so much then.
That's more than I can say.
She told me last night that the £10,000 would free him from all his liabilities. That was the sum, was it not?
He remains true in the same assertion, and will Miss Vessey lend it?
If she does, I shall not think so well of her poor dead mother. For an act of generosity of that kind will prove to be no child of Sir John's.
I'd like to convince myself that my dear friend has nothing to gain from a woman's generosity.
And are men less covetous?
I know one man who, in his misfortune, was rejected by one as poor as himself. No sooner came into sudden wealth, got his lawyer to invent an appendix, which the testator never dreamt of, bequeathing independence to the woman who had scorned him.
And he's never told her?
Never. There is never such document. You look surprised, Miss Clara. Good day to you.
One word. Do I understand you right? How could I be so blind? Tell me something.
You appreciate and Georgina will desert him. Miss Douglas, he loves you still.
Georgina will desert him. Do you think so? He'll soon discover Georgina never wrote that letter. She told me last night that she would never see him again. To do her justice, she is less interested than her father, and as much attached to another as one can be. Even while engaged to Evelyn, she has met Sir Frederick every day in the square, and he is sad, forsaken, ruined. And I, what so many to love, stand idly here to content myself with tears and prayers. A lady Franklin, I pity on him. As relations, you have a right to comfort him. Let us go. Come. No, it would scarcely be right. All abandon him, then I will go alone. No, Clara. Something tells me that this meeting will make the happiness of both. We cannot go alone. We will go together. Consider such important issues. And may I say, sir, how well this furniture suits your fine posture? Mr. Edward, You're a man who knows a great many things. You're articulate and eloquent, and I'm sure that your literary skills may really have petition.
Your names are very famous as the women who created the great Evelyn property. It is a reputation we can trade on. Your exquisite taste in painting, furniture, silver.
And clothes, architecture, jewelry, and poetry is renowned. You are a man with much influence.
Influence? Exquisite taste? Why you flatter me too much?
It is a reputation, actually, sir. One that carries much weight in certain circles, and that is why we have asked you to help us about it.
Sir, we pay our taxes just as demanded, and we hold responsible positions, and we are made to obey the laws. So, should we not have a say in making those laws?
Miss Holloway, I am sure that the handsome gentleman makes the right decision. And if I may say so, sir, the new Evelyn coat fits you like a glove.
I have had time to consider the proposals that you put forward to me, and I'm inclined to agree with the issues of some of the issues that you presented to me. Yes, my influence and knowledge of so many things has enabled me to come to my decision. I even had a planner made.
You agree, sir, that we have the same voting rights as men, that there should be 2 voting sides, that we should vote together, that there should not be 1 vote.
I shall make my views clear. I agree that women should have not 1 vote. Quite remarkable how knowledgeable and exquisite one becomes when somebody wants something of you. Earl Greys, what do people say of me?
Everything that's bad.
3 days ago, I was universally respected. This morning, to find myself ignored, yet I'm still the same man.
Why, gambling is a
It is
fool.
not criminal to gamble. It is criminal to lose. You will not deny that if I had been smooth, all hands would have grasped mine more cordially. I have not been rich or poor for nothing. Grace, you are unchanged, my own friend.
There's nothing in that. I'm always willing to mingle my tears with any man. Hark ye, Evelyn. I like you. I'm rich. And anything that I can do to get you out of your hovel will give me an excuse to grumble for the rest of my life there, now it's out.
There's something good in human nature after all. But my dear friend, did I want your aid, I would accept it. Do you think Georgina will show me the same proof of confidence and affection?
Would you break your heart if she did not?
It is in vain to deny that I still love Clara.
What do you intend to do?
This. If Georgina attains my fortunes, that is, in a word, if she loved me for myself, I will shut Clara out of my mind forever, and my life will be a sole resolute to deserve her confidence and fulfill its vows.
And if she rejects you?
Then I am free, and then I can ask without dishonour if Clara will bless the past and forgive the future. The die is cast. The dream is over. Generous girl, oh Georgina, I will deserve you yet.
Georgina, is it possible?
And yet, why does my heart sink within me? Why look into the fate to come? Do I only see the memory of what has been?
You are re-engaged to Georgina, then?
Undoubtedly.
My dear Evelyn, you may be strange to see visitors such a moment, but indeed,
It is no time for ceremony.
we are your relations. It is reported you're about to leave the country. We come to ask frankly what we can do to serve you.
Madam, I...
Come, do not hesitate to confide in us. Clara is less a stranger to you than I am. Perhaps your friend here will let me consult with him. Come, let us leave them to themselves.
Mom, you're an angel of a widow, but you've come too late.
Clara, I may well want to find words to thank you. This goodness, this sympathy.
Evelyn, do not tell us goodness, sympathy. I heard all. Even when I so wounded you, you believed me merciful and cold. Even when you thought that I was blind and base enough not to know who you are. Even at that time you thought on my happiness, my fortunes, my fate. You released me from my dependence by giving me the £20,000. Your words so bitter, your deeds so gentle. Noble Evelyn, this then was your revenge.
You owe me no thanks. That revenge was sweet. Think it not that my presence haunted you, though you knew it not the jewels and clothes that you wore. I had a part to share, even when such distant things would cause was a smile. That smile was mine, due to me, to the hand that you rejected.
Because I've been unworthy of your love. If I'd ensured your misery. Evelyn, hear me. My father like you was gifted, sensitive like you. He married as you had done, married one as poor as him. After I saw the gift